What up, everybody? It's Haunter here, and today we've got a special game, another game on Liberty, and this was a very good game. Like, people were like messaging me about it. I think we all had a good time on it, and it's one that definitely should be considered. It's like it's 21 minutes. It went the distance, and that's really rare. And also, somebody scores an outrageous amount of score on this map. It's for Liberty. You don't expect it to be a high scoring game usually. Usually, you're kind of scrabbling in the dirt for survival. You got your med air spam, and you know you don't. Yeah, it's like, how do you score high on this map? And we're gonna see it, and we're also just gonna see kind of different strategies of TA usage. And I'm also gonna play an amazing game of medium air. That's I'm just gonna say that right now. I play pretty good air this time around, so yeah, I'm gonna be stroking my ego. But I'm really gonna focus on other players. So their team, and then also I'm coping. I'm coping a little bit. I have to cope because their team has an advantage. Like, they have more players. Like, Wally, I'm blaming Wally for this. Wally is spectating. Like, don't trust this. They have like a couple more players on their team, and then there's some specs, and then we have like 5 dudes. And yeah, I'm talking about how I have a quad 4. Like, I don't know how you count neurons like in the human brain. Like, how they count as processors. Like, do we have like one processor in our brain, or do we have like a trillion? I don't know. But yeah, the disadvantage that we have is going to be in the ground game. So Liberty, like, when you're considering, okay, how do you, like, the formula for victory, like, is air supremacy the necessary condition? Is it sufficient? Is it a sufficient condition? Or is ground game the necessary and sufficient condition for victory? Like, already I'm seeing, like, and like Donald Duck after this game kind of asked me, like, he said, if we optimize our strategy for this map, we could have won. So I'm just going to be looking at this game in general to see how we could have optimized it. My initial takeaway from this was, well, it wasn't balanced. Like, they had more players than us. And if you look at it, like, we stacked the air. Like, we got 4 mediums. And that's typically how I would approach this, is like, just win air supremacy, and then the ground game will, like, you'll win yourself. And like, what we see is they have 2 infantry players, okay, against our 1 infantry player, and they also have they have 2 kind of armor players, and we have 1 armor player. So they outnumber us on the ground like 2-1 overall. Even though this guy is a huge noob, and like Kickapoo is good, and like Kickapoo's playing armor, like, he just has to play armor. He's just so happy he can spam like amphibious transports. It's good for him. And like, but notice we have the supremacy in air because they have Clark. Ooh, Clark is not good at mediums in my books. Really, he's just sitting there just eating my missiles. Oh yeah, just taking it. And so we have air supremacy. So I'm thinking, okay, we have hope even though we're down. Okay, we've got 6 players and they have 6 players, but I think General X is going to join as well, so they'll have 7 players. Yeah, like, they have Frennock and Clark on air, but just look at what happens here. The 2 infantry players are just overrunning these buildings and capping these, and they immediately start fording. And this is like, I think USA has a little, like, USSR has a shorter distance. Like, I think, look at the distance, just like Dead Reckoning, I think USSR has a shorter distance, but then USA has a bigger geography. Like, they have a more kind of, like, they have more space to kind of retreat into. Like, this little triple pointer that's the gimme point for your USSR is a little, like, more compact. And okay, this is necessary too. Like, me and Diarmer spend our first TA to get jeeps. This is really important, guys. Like, get your jeeps down. And I believe Yavoy gets his jeeps down, because we're going to be following Yavoy. Like, look at the score. Like, Yavoy gets a lot of caps already. And this is the other advantage USA has. Like, their entrance is closer. Like, this is their entrance. This little fucking ramp thing. I don't know where the ramp is. They have a ramp over here somewhere. I think this is it. This little ramp gives them closer access to this. And, like, this is how this chat GPT bot guy, who's actually pretty good at inf, he gets ATs in these like critical buildings, and they can control these 2-pointers, and they can just build up this brutal tick. And it doesn't matter if we have the air advantage, because they just have so many shitheads and ATs in these buildings. They can forward up, and then their APCs get in here, like, and we can't really push them out. We don't have the oomph on the ground to push them out. And yeah, so General X is in. So this is my cope. This is my cope. It's 7v6. Fence sitter Wally. Chief fence sitter. Shaking my head Wally. He doesn't want to play this map because, I don't know, maybe he was AFK, whatever. But, like, notice, like, we have pretty good air supremacy. Like, again, I think it's General X. It's like 3v4 on air. But one of our airs is fucking around with, like, and look at this shit. They're just getting caps. Ooh, it burns me, man. It burns me that they're getting caps, and then like Parker's gonna decap. And also, I think what's gonna happen here is a lack of feeding. Like, look, Diarmor is doing air to airs, man. Like, and I'm not feeding at all. Like, I'm not feeding the armor or support. I think I know Parker's not gonna do drops. Like, Parker should be doing drops. We're gonna get up against 2 infantry players. They're going to be out, and both of them are doing drops. Yalvoy is doing drops. This guy is doing drops, the chatbot. And, like, watch, like, Donald's drops back here are going to get absolutely raped. Like, all alone, no support. Look, there's already an air already falling on him. Like, you can't be doing drops in this huge space when they've already pre-dropped it. And, yeah, we get that's a nice cap, but this is where we kind of stabilize things, and this is the kind of beauty, I guess, of Liberty. And this is, yeah, like the drops back here are fucking brutal. Like, you can neutralize the tick by like just taking one, like the triple pointer. They hold this as like their kind of gimme points. But it's just, and like it's so easy for them to decap because they have the better buildings on this side. And yeah, so yeah, they have the agonizingly long kind of journey to the island, but once they get on the island, and if they can establish, like, if USA can establish a position, it's just such a more, like, this is such a stronger position than this. Like, this can get fucked. Like, we're going to see how easily it can get fucked. And then, like, I can't do anything, even though we have kind of air supremacy, like, barely air supremacy. Again, like, look at the player count. We cannot establish air supremacy. There's shitheads, there's forts. Like, look, they got this triple point forted, or like this triple forted. This fucking AT is still in there, and we just keep decapping, and they keep recapping, and we're just feeding. Like, this is literally inting, and it's just like a cycle of inting, and yeah, we can't establish anything. Like, look, we decapped. I don't even know how this is considered. Oh yeah, there's a, yeah. Like, look, they're gonna get another dirty cap here. Boom. Like, oh, agony. And look, like, Yalvoy is going to have a legendary game. That's all I'm going to say. And yeah, artillery, I think, is the only, like, we have to get rid of all these fucking shitheads. It's our only hope. We have to destroy the shitheads, and then simultaneously clear the forts here. And yeah, look, yeah, okay, General X has jeeps. Like, I thought Yalvoy, like, how does Yalvoy generate score? And like, I'm wasting all my TA on more artillery to try to clear out these shitheads. Because yeah, we're starting to generate some sort of comeback. I think but like, oh, like, they have so much more shit on the ground. Like, and yeah, Parker has not dropped a single para this entire time. And maybe, like, so I think we should not have wasted, especially the air players should have spent more TA on beating the inf and armor players. Armor players should have been Like, guys, like, I know I'm like a retard, and I know I never do drops, but if you give me TA, I'll do drops. Like, that should be, you should communicate to your team. They build some trust so that you can. And, like, look at this, like, so much wasted TA here, guy. Like, that's pretty brutal. Like, another air-to-air. Like, this is not going to win. Wow, Yavoy's doing tank drops. So I think what Yavoy, he was getting fed hard by some teammate. But like probably Kickapoo, or I don't know if Kickapoo did it, but maybe the air players. Like the air players are scoring a lot lower. Like General X is the highest scoring of the air players compared to like me. Like I have double the score. Yeah, and like these guys are doing destructive TA, which I also think is a mistake. Like they should be doing tank drops. They should be doing para drops. Like we should be saturating this area, like these back areas with drops in order to pull away attention from these front lines, or we should be filling this area with drops so we can then move them forward so they don't just get immediately like inting like 1 or 2 drops. Like you need to do like 5 drops simultaneously and then have air support to cover them. But I just don't think we have enough air or infantry. Like we have nothing, right? Like I'm fencing it. Like all I can do is fence with their med-air. Like I can't bang on their ground units. And they're doing air-to-air. Like they did 2 air-to-airs there, guys. Like to kill 2 choppers. That's like 30 TA. Oh, 25 TA. I don't know. Like apparently, like how much a TA is for an inf player to do an air-to-air. I think it's 15. But I don't know. Apparently Yalvoy, I've complained to Yalvoy before and he said it was only like 10 or 12, I think. It's still 12 TA to kill a fucking chopper is not worth it, like in my books, like especially a medium chopper in these situations. But yeah, look, they have so like, oh, and like, what the fuck is this napalm? Like, what are you smoking? Okay, oh fuck, I missed the glimpse. Like, I want to see who has the jeeps, because Yalvoy has 1,000 points. Like, is that from the jeeps, or is that from like TA usage or capping? Like, where is he generating all this fucking TA? And in the meantime, oh no, Diomber Star Jeep, it's so sad. And mine, you gotta micro these Jeeps. Like, we just get unlucky. But like, that's another thing. Like, the infantry player should drop Jeeps. Like, it shouldn't be the air player. It should be the infantry player in these situations because they get the most. And yeah, we're still down a player. They have a complete utter noob on their team, but like, that's just more ground game kind of capping shit and like stuff we have to kill. And finally Studerball comes in and he plays armor, and I think that's the wrong choice. He should have gone infantry. We really needed more infantry. Like that sniper, that's a nice sniper. I was just about to say we need more you need more some open ground snipers out here in some of these buildings to deal with the open field inf. And yeah, I think some more snipers and more shitheads. Like, we don't have enough shitheads here. Like, shitheads are the reg inf. Like, I can't push my choppers forward and be aggressive with my choppers because I'm going to run in and get smacked by fucking shithead missiles. And then they have forts all over here, so I can't get in there. I can't get over there. We can't get our drops in there. We can't disrupt the nonsense in their back field. And it's just a kind of an agonizing, because we can never push this fort. Like, it's so unfair, man. Like, they get a goddamn fort as their gimme point, and we have, like, this little narrow, like, dick area with a bunch of shitty buildings. Like, they got a goddamn fort. It's not fair. And they got, like, a forest, and they have, like, this weird circular building. Like, they have so many places they can hide their jeeps. And once you get established, like, this is where this kind of equilibrium, like, it's not super equilibrium, and man, another infantry player is doing air-to-air is like, goddamn, like once you get established here, you can really have a nice like cycling, like their medium choppers and their tanks get beat up and they pull them back and repair, and it's a nice cycle, and you can get some decent score. Like Yalvoy's at 1400 score now, and again, I think he just has like 2 or 3 jeeps back there, and they're just repping like crazy. And yeah, in the meantime, like another air-to-air, and then an ink. Like, what the fuck? And again, like, this is just asking to get nuked, right? Like, all our reps are there. Oh man, that's agony. Like, come on, man. Like, why are you nuking New York City? Jeez. And yeah, Yalvoy gets, 300 points for that nuke. And we were just absolutely butt blasted by that. Like, it's so hard to recover from nukes. Like, a nuke on this side is also pretty devastating, but a nuke on this side is extra devastating because we can't, that's our only way in, right? Like, or else we have to drive all the way over here and we're just getting attacked by air. Like, it's brutal. Like, and yeah, we're just kind of, like, these are my fucking, like, oh yeah, this is so agonizing. Like, it's too slow and they get another cap. Yeah, Yalvoy is running around with tanks getting caps. Like, and I don't want to stay here because there's an air-to-air, obviously. And yeah, Yalvoy drops another air-to-air. That's 12 points. So this guy's getting so much TA. An outrageous amount of TA. Like, he's dropping nukes, dropping arties, he's dropping air-to-airs. He's doing paradrops. Despicable. Like, guys, like, stop feeding this dude. Like, I fucking do whatever you want. I don't care. Yeah, Studerball is here now. We'll give him fucking tan. Great to see Studerball. He like took a break for a while and he's back. He's just doing tech support in like multiple languages. Like, I don't even know the languages he's speaking half the time. It's all just gobbledygook to me. But he's out there helping people get Wick running at all hours of the day. So respect to Studerball. And he's coming in just spamming tanks and stuff. Yeah, oof. Donald with the unfortunate unmicroed stuff in the back. And yeah, by this time I'm just like, there's not enough. We don't have enough stuff. And maybe a nuke is what we needed. Like, maybe if we everybody fed Donald enough for a nuke, that might have also worked. Like, but we don't even have, like, we have like one almost dead Jeep for reps. And like, that's it. Oh yeah, and then, like a carpet, like, so he had 45. I think, yeah, that's like, this is gonna kill some stuff, but it's not enough. Like, it's not really gonna do much. Like, a nuke would have changed the game. This just kind of does nothing. Like, it doesn't even get to the forts at the fort, and like, they just kind of dodged it all. You can't dodge a nuke unless you're air. Like, this, a nuke would have killed all their ground stuff. It would have decapped, and then maybe we could have gotten like a TD for a few seconds. And then we could have turned it around. And like, I had 20 TA, I probably could have given him enough. And if everybody was not wasting TA on dumb shit, like Studerball, that's 10 TA right there. So yeah, we probably could have scraped together a nuke and been fine. Like 40, he had 45. If I gave him 20, that's 65. Studerball gave him 10, that's 75. Yeah, he would have had enough for a nuke. What is this? Yeah, this mine? Yeah. Okay, well. So yeah, I think that could have changed the game. Also, just having enough players in that early game would have been helpful. But by now, like, they're clustering and dropping this, so that's pretty rough. Fucking Clark's got a ranked up. God damn it! And at this point, I'm just kind of like, well, we lost. Like, I'm just gonna go and kill Clark. Let's do some air-to-air action. I don't really like, medium air is just so brain dead. Like, it is kind of like, you got to dance a little bit. You have to consider where your guys are facing. You got to chain your flares. You got to do the meta game. Like, did he launch his flares? You got to count out a few seconds after he launches his flares before you send the missiles. Like, it is. And then you have to get a Jeep down. Like, somehow I score the highest on our team. But it really shows, like, I did not share TA. But I don't really trust Donald or Parker to utilize the TA well. Like, if they're like, hey, we're going to use the TA well, guys, promise, I might be more generous with it. But, like, look, Diamer was holding TA too, so Diamer could have pooled to duck, and we could have gotten, yeah, we definitely could have squeezed a nuke out and changed this. So that's it. Like, if you, like, Donald asked me after this game, like, hey, like, we should strategize on, like, how to play this better, and I think it was just, if the team was a little more intelligent with the TA usage, ooh, that's like, their team was also dumb with the TA usage, like, throwing all these air-to-airs everywhere. But it was really, like, this last 3 minutes, we could have definitely dropped a nuke and changed everything. Like, a nuke right here. Yeah, and this is kind of like a belated, yeah. So, oh yeah, Yalvoy has 3 ranked up. And look, Yelvoy has 2,600 score just from reps. Like, oh, let's see the rep score. I'm pretty sure he has the most. And yeah, we're kind of got a comeback going. Like, we're clustering here. We're doing a drop. Like, this is like, we should have done this like 10 minutes ago. Doing more drops back here and clustering this. But look, like, they can just sit here and bang on stuff. And then they have a nice, easy drive. And the Jeeps can come and they've got drops in these woods. Like, ouch, another air-to-air. Guys just love their fucking air-to-airs. Do some more drops. Like, genius. I don't know. But yeah, getting a lot of score. You get a lot of score doing air-to-airs, so there's that. And this is like a dumb... Okay, and also, like, Peru could have pooled as well. Like, all of us are culpable for this. It's not, like, I don't just blame myself. Also, Donald could have just been like, yo, I got 45. I'm gonna do a nuke. Dickheads, like, fucking pool to me. I'm gonna do a nuke and we can win. Sometimes you gotta motivate the team to pool. Oh yeah, and then they do a heavy air support right here. That's pretty brutal. But yeah, Yelvoy. Oh yeah, that's Yelvoy. Yeah, 3K, man. That's disgusting. I think they were pooling him. Yeah, he was lucky to get pooled a lot. He was lucky to get a lot of decaps and recaps here, and he was lucky enough to not have us not fuck up. Yeah, look, 900 from TA, 1,000 from repairing, and 500 from capping. So yeah, he got a lot of TA for just wasting shit on like offensive TA. He got a lot of score from reps because we never went and hunted down those Jeeps and killed them because we never nuked, and he got a lot of capping. Like nobody won support. That's pretty funny. So I think we could have won this. It wasn't like predetermined because we were down a player for so long. Looking back, if we were just a little more intelligent with the TA usage, we probably could have won or probably could have made it. It was still pretty close. Like it would have been a different game if we had nuke, I think. So that's a learning experience. Best air though, you know, best air NA. And yeah, that's a Liberty game. Like that's probably the best Liberty game I've played in a long time. Definitely Yelvoy is jerking off to that. But yeah, we could definitely learn from this. The better team play from all of us here would have changed things. And yeah, that's Liberty for you. All right, take it easy, guys. And hopefully, I got some more competitive games to come. I've just been slacking on it. I've been kind of busy, but take it easy and I'll see you next time.